So hi everyone, and welcome to the Social Science Coffee Break. I am Stacy Allen, and I'm joined with my amazing colleague, Paul Rombo. And today we're going to be showing you again, one resource for elementary, one resource for secondary level, all to promote the use of technology and digital competency in your classroom. So I'm going to jump into my elementary resource of the day, which is Competency Placemats. These are graphic organizers that were made in Google Slides that can be used to gather information about the societies, and they're all customizable, so you can make your own copy of the documents in your drive to make changes and adjust them to suit you and your students. I think this is a great opportunity for students in elementary level to practice their typing skills and their capitalization while Leanna cut this out of the
No, keep going. We need a blooper every one.
And these placemats are for every society from elementary cycle 2 in the program to elementary cycle 3. So I'm going to go to the Societies and Territories website here to show you how to navigate to those resources. So you'll see here on the top menu, I have a section for teachers. I'm going to click on resources by type. And then you'll see it's in alphabetical order, and the competency placemats are right at the top. So here you'll see that these placemats were adapted from RÉCIT. So if you want to have the resource in French, you might be teaching GHC in French, you can click this link to visit their amazing website. And if you want to see them in English, you'll see that we've grouped them by cycle. So there's elementary cycle 2 and elementary cycle 3. So here you will see that you have every society covered in the cycle 2 program, grouped by competency. And then if you go to file, here's how you can download the document to your computer or make a copy of the presentation in your own Google Drive. If we go back to the Societies and Territories page, you'll notice that the competency mats also come with example of completed competency mats for the teachers. These are teacher protected, so you have to be on our social science list to access them. So you can request access in the top right of the document. So you'll see here that each of these placemats in the example answers, they contain example text of things that we would hope that students would have covered or seen in each society and territory of the program. Awesome. So these, I love them. They're a super visual tool, and they can be used for students to gather their thoughts throughout a unit. They can be used as an assessment at the end. They can be kept in their binder for end of the year or end of the term review. They're a really wonderful way of organizing their information about each society. Paul, I will pass it on to you to share the secondary resource.
Excellent. That's super interesting and appropriate for all levels, the idea of having organizers. And that's sort of where I'm going with this today. I want to share one organizer set in particular, but also tell you where there are many other organizers available at the secondary level. Are we good? Can you see the screen okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So yes, the title of this is Organizers Galore, but I'm really focusing on one set today, which is a point of view Google slide deck. Basically, what the point of view Google slide deck is a series of graphic organizers for determining and comparing points of view. So basically, we had a bunch of different organizers that were related to points of view from our focus set. And I took those in and collected them all together because it comes up a lot in secondary, in any history or geography course. The why. It helps students organize different viewpoints, establish references, because there's a lot of spaces where they can note, where the people with the different points of view are coming from. But especially because you're always determining similarities and differences between peoples, between societies. and in secondary level, often between historical thinkers, telling what's the same and what's different in their opinion. Who can use this? These ones are secondary students mostly, although you could see that they can be adapted for elementary once you start poking around into this huge area on the site. So where it is, it's in this area that's called the Graphic Organizer Storehouse. And it is exactly what the name suggests. It's a place where I sort of collect different organizers that are used in different contexts and put them into an organization. So I'm going to show you first how you'd get to it. It's available from the history site, the secondary history site of Learn, which I've mentioned before in a couple other contexts. Remember, it's got time periods for the students to look through different sections of the course. But it also has a teacher's menu. And in the teacher's menu, you can access, there's the coffee break link. And this is where you'd find the graphic organizer storehouse area. Um, you could also search it using the magnifying glass. So basically, the way it's structured is that I've sort of lumped different organizers together in sections according to the intellectual operations, but also according to the historical thinking guideposts. So you have things like take a historical perspective on things, or continuity and change is for both the IOs and the guideposts. And there is a compare and contrast section. I will just briefly show you what that looks like. When you go into these, it's basically just a bunch of different organizers that you can poke through, and you can see the actual one that I'm going to show here is the point of view one. It's in that collection, and there's going to be a lot more that are going to be going in there shortly. That one is actually a featured tool, so it's also available down here. And I'll just take a quick look through it at what it sort of looks like, and to point out one that would be key for secondary level. But basically, there's all kinds of different organizers in here, developing a point of view of your own, talking about different issues. A lot of them were adapted from focus organizers that were from ER, ethics and religious culture. So occasionally you'll see issues and being ethical about it. There's different placemats, which is why I kind of put them in this session today, and the classic Venn diagram. So, for example, if you were comparing points of view of authors and you wanted to say where their convergence was, you could use these types of organizers. So that's my share for today. It's the organizer storehouse, and they're not just for secondary level, but these are ones that are particularly gathered together from secondary LESs from different tools, and it's continually growing. So check it out. And that is my share for today.
Wonderful. Thank you, Paul. I really like those graphic organizers because as we had brought up at some of the meetings, students have a really they're fairly comfortable at finding differences, but finding things that are the same is between two societies or a society over time can be challenging. So I really liked how you showed those organizers.
Yeah. And also you mentioned the placemats, but there are lots of other organizers in different tools on societies and territories. So we also occasionally can take some of those out and stick it in the organizer area, but they're everywhere. Anyway, so that's it. We're gonna cut off the video, Janelle.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, enjoy your coffee.